Everyone. I just wanted to make this short little video just to talk about kind of our journey and the story that kind of led us to developing GoodLead. Um, it's been a long time coming. My journey in digital entrepreneurship. I've always kind of had, like, I guess, a hunger to go and kind of strive to do something online, like digital business. And I've tried a number of things from social media marketing and management, from trading crypto, swing trading, from e-commerce, affiliate marketing, and drop shipping. There's a lot of things that I honestly tried growing up, and this journey kind of started ever since I was like 14, 15. But I've always kind of been into computers and all that. I remember when I was about 4, 5, 6, 7, around those ages. I don't fully remember, but I used to sit on the computer and just go on Google Earth and like download these different mods so I can really see the world more HD, because this was at a time when Google Earth was still kind of developing as well. So they didn't really have 3D buildings and stuff like that. You had to download these assets and install it so you can really see these like buildings like the Eiffel Tower or some stuff. And I was a really young kid, and I look back now as an adult and I wonder like how many kids actually did stuff like that as a kid. I'm not trying to say like, I'm just saying that was what I was interested in. And I don't know. Um, yeah, and it kind of shows today I'm just a curious kid when it comes to this digital stuff, especially when AI started to come up. Because when I moved over to the Netherlands, that's when I would say that my efforts in entrepreneurship became more serious, as like I did things the right way, setting up businesses. When I was growing up in the Philippines, it's a country where you can kind of bend the rules a little bit. I'm not trying to say anything, but if you guys grew up in a third world country, a developing nation, you guys know what I'm talking about, especially in like Southeast Asia. But that's besides the point. I've had success here and there, but it's nothing that like was anything that was long term or actually had substantial effect on my life. Um, but my journey started really when I moved to the Netherlands and I set up my, well, I would say my first entrepreneurship gig was running parties and stuff, but that's not really digital. But I was doing the marketing and social media management for these for our party page that I started with a friend of ours. But yeah, if you guys want to go see that stuff, I think my friend changed the page, and he's now running parties over in The Hague and Rotterdam. But you can go check it out. I think it's called Nifty Parties now or something like that. But we were called NPE before, and yeah, we were doing it in Arnhem. I don't know if many people know where that is, but yeah, it was good times. But through that, like I kind of got recognition from nightclubs of my social media work, and some of these nightclubs like actually asked me to go and run their pages for them, and that led to me setting up my own kind of like little gig for myself in social media management. And that was the first time I would say I did proper business on my own. It was a big step. I was an anxious kid first moving here 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that. Um, yeah, I was full of anxiety, especially trying to do business in a foreign country that I'm not even used to yet. But uh, yeah, it was all good experiences because it's led me to where I am now and everything. And I'm not saying that I'm the most confident person when it comes to business yet. I still have a long way to go in terms of developing, especially in like sales and stuff like that. But yeah, that was my first kind of gig, and nightclubs approached me to do social media management, and I had a client for a while who he was a pretty long term client, and uh, he didn't want to give me any real footage, and unfortunately, I couldn't really shoot content for him because it was outside of my scope of work. So we came up with a compromise with Gen AI, like image generation coming up and video generation coming up. Then like I would use and leverage AI in the social media content, and yeah, it worked for a little while, but the content becomes kind of static and all that stuff, so didn't really work long term. But that was my first kind of shift into the AI space. And then I started studying a course in digital transformation management, which is very heavy on AI. And through that, I just started exploring the AI kind of space. And it's kind of led me to where I am now, where I explored Make, automation, Zapier, N8N, and all that stuff. And yeah, I then went down the road of like messing with voice agents and trying to sell custom process automations and AI agents. But I realized that the general understanding behind AI is like not really there. So like we really needed to niche down our thing, our like offer, and that's when we decided let's look into software development, especially with the new tools that were out there like V0 and Bolt.new and everything. Like this made development a lot easier. I was messing around with no code development apps like Bubble and Glide, but having it on this, having it based off of like Next.js, for example, and having it be editable and manipulated by far better software developers than myself is a great plus, because what we can do is we can build something 80% of the way, and maybe 20% of the complications that we're experiencing, we can just send it over to some sort of contractors, skilled software developer, and just get it at like a third of the price. So yeah, that's where we're kind of at now. And what we chose to do with Good Lead is we wanted to go in the direction of lead generation and marketing, because that's kind of the space that I was already dabbling in and everything. So what we kind of did was we came up with different automation solutions, like process automation and AI for like automated reporting, and like insight chatbots that you can ask it for like graphs and insights and all this stuff. And building like AI powered real time dashboards and all this stuff. But we decided to go with the kind of, it's pretty much a CRM competitor. Well, I would say it competes with the whole remote closing and sales, like remote sales market, as we kind of aim to automate the whole process from cold first discovery call to proposal and payment. Like that would be all automated by AI, and that's what we hope to do with Good Lead. All you need to do is have some sort of skilled sales or marketing lead who understands the consumer data and understands like the key metrics that we have on the dashboards, and they can manage the system appropriately. And that's it. They can handle as many calls as they need to handle. Well, you'll see with all the devlogs as they come up. But that's pretty much the whole story with myself and what led me to actually going down this road of developing this AI powered software solution for businesses. But yeah, uh, I'm not saying that I'm exactly the person I want to be. I'm exactly where I want to be yet, but I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. And I really believe it's all a mental game. You really put faith in what you're doing, and you really believe in the value that you're creating. At least that's what I feel. I really believe that what we're doing with Good Lead is really going to bring substantial value and change to businesses, completely transforming how they handle customer relations, and the whole user experience on the customer end is going to be just improved in terms of an efficiency standpoint and a customer service standpoint. There's no waiting times or anything like that. You're always going to be able to reach people. So if there's any concerns with that stuff, I'm not concerned because I think it's all about just creating applying, and people will adopt. And you need to have that undeniable faith and belief in the value you're creating, because the moment you let doubt in your mind, it will only hinder the process. That's all I have to say, I guess. Sorry if it got a little intense, but thank you for whoever's listening to this. And I really want to keep up logging the whole journey with developing this SaaS, because I think anybody can do something like this. I really do, especially if you're somebody who's been trying in the digital space, and I know if you have been, you've exposed yourself to different aspects of business. And when you've done so, you're going to be able to identify opportunities that you can solve and connect the dots with the knowledge you've built over the years, struggling to build something great. But you got to understand, you have built something great, and that's the foundation for everything you're going to do from now on. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little story rant thing. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Much love.